ever wanted to pet a cat, revive a forgotten rooftop, and turn it into a thriving oasis of food and biodiversity, all in the heart of a crumbling megacity? Well, if you have, welcome to the second devlog of Skyfarm, a relaxing farming game on the basis of permaculture principles. So, it all started in 2023 with the idea to make a farming game that has a more realistic plant and soil simulation running in the background, so that players don't just till and plant and water and fertilize, but also increase the soil health by mulching and composting and generally get an advantage when using permaculture principles, such as water management, companion planting, and building a diverse and therefore resilient ecosystem within their gardens. I personally love gardening. I like taking care of plants and basically just make the most of the little space and resources that I have. And similarly, I find it super inspiring to follow permaculture and homestead projects all over the world through social media and YouTube and all that, where people are building gardens not just in a way that is sustainable, but where there is abundance. And for humans, but also for insects and birds and any other kind of species. Now, in the World of Skyfarm, this abundance does not come easy. The players find themselves in a crumbling megacity on top of a skyscraper. And ever since the big flood that happened 10 years ago, volunteers work on these sky farms to produce food and help maintain or increase biodiversity. The game's core is about regenerating the soil and caring for plants and trading materials, exchanging knowledge with other sky farmers, and turning that small space into a thriving garden. I'm actually currently working on a demo for the game, so setting up various systems like composting and the drone exchange and all that, while adding enough content that I can actually start testing soon. So if you want to help playtesting, please join the Discord. The link is down below. Now for this devlog, I want to talk a little more about the ecosystem of Skyfarm. I'm obsessed with ecosystems. I find it so calming watching natural systems do their thing. And I love gardening, growing plants, learning about other species, mushrooms, animals, all kind of weird in-betweens. Like, did you know that lichen are a symbiotic relationship between a fungus and an algae or cyanobacteria? How cool is that? I mean, okay, but I love how we can also work with these systems to support certain species or produce food, or even just setting up something like my aquarium. So I have fish and shrimp, snails and other small critters, and they biofilm and algae and whatever I throw in there, and they poop, and that poop feeds the plants, right? So that keeps the water clean, because they don't want to live in poop water, but the plants eat the poop, so they add oxygen, and it's all like in this cycle that really just works. And like that, I barely have to do water changes or clean, and the system kind of upkeeps itself. And that's actually what permaculture is all about. It's about working with natural systems, setting up these systems in the garden that kind of don't require so much upkeep, but it's about learning and understanding and figuring it out along the way. So how did I put all that in the game? Let's just tell you where I started. I started with the most basic interactions of weather, soil, and plants. Each plant draws from a tile of soil that is underneath it, and the soil tracks dynamic values like water level, nutrient level, and whether it has compost or mulch. And each soil tile has a soil type, which basically determines how much sunlight it is getting. So it goes from shady to full sun. So this affects how much water evaporates and how much certain plants thrive or struggle. And there's also compost, which improves nutrient levels and helps plants grow faster and healthier. Although, of course, not all plants have the same nutrient requirements, so more is not always better. And then each plant species has its own needs and kind of conditions. So there's how much water it wants, how fast it grows, how nutrient hungry it is, whether it's annual, perennial, whether it's spreading or propagating by itself, and things like that. And if a plant doesn't get what it needs, it will start to wilt or decline. Although I want to not make it too punishing, like people should get reward if they get it completely right, but also if you don't get it right, I don't want everything to die all the time, because that's not cozy and nice. Yeah, I want the golden mean of cozy and simulation. Wish me luck. If you have ideas, let me know. how to make it realistic and not punishing. And yeah, basically that's the idea. I'm still tweaking it and balancing the whole system, the whole ecosystem. I also have some further updates because this is a devlog and I shouldn't just talk about plants, I guess. So on the side I've been working on some drawings like for the icons and concepts for the city and different new plants and the overall look and feel. While my friend Anna, she has started modeling a new idea for the main level, so we've been working on that. And last but not least, I've been collaborating with a friend to do the UI because I felt extremely uninspired to work on it, even though I have a background in visual communication and I have done UI projects in the past. I just could not get myself to do the Skyfarm UI, and I'm happy I didn't because I think it looks amazing. I couldn't have done it like this. We also have a cat now. It actually moves. It sits in boxes. This was my first reaction when I could pet it. Oh. Oh. Yeah, what can I say? It made me feel something. I hope it will also make you feel something. It's still a long way to go though. Also, great news, I'm going to Gamescom with the Swiss Games delegation. So we will be in the business area with the Swiss Games booth. And yeah, it's just super amazing and scary, and I'm super excited to share the first demo there and pitch a game to everyone who wants to hear about it or talk about plants, I guess. I'm also making stickers. What do you think? I have these two options as of right now, because I thought, you know, what's something that cats do in gardens? Which ones should I do, or should I do both? I'm not sure yet, but I thought it was funny. Let me know if it's not funny, please. But that's it for today. Thank you for listening. As always, wishlist the game on Steam and join the Discord to hear updates. Bye!